We turn now to a medical procedure causing controversy around the world. Imagine if you could choose the sex of your child. Would you do it? More and more people are, and Marisol, our own expectant mom, has been looking into this whole phenomenon.
It's a very curious thing, and obviously I wanted to see what was behind all of this. We all know people who talk about the son or daughter they always wanted but never had. Most of those wishful parents shrug their shoulders and accept that fate had other plans. I feel like I'm kind of in the minority, an expectant mother who doesn't want to know if it's going to be a baby boy or a baby girl. Most moms do, and now a small but growing number are taking it a step further and paying huge sums of money to pick the gender of their baby before it's born.
Yeah? You gonna go get that ball? You gonna throw the ball to the dog now?
No, I always wanted a boy to, play sports and stuff with, Not that I mind the girls, we love the girls, we wouldn't trade them for anything, but we just always wanted both.
I'm gonna go for a little ride and find a truck.
John and Kristen McGill have what you'd call a full house. They have 3 girls and twin baby boys who are about to turn 1.
I might put the drum in the gift bag. Oh, that's a good idea.
The McGills conceived their daughters naturally, but with sons Patrick and John III, they entered a brave new world. They were actually able to select their baby's sex.
I feel my family's complete, and I won't look back 10 years down the road that I wish we tried to have a boy.
The McGills had their sons through a process called pre-implantation genetic diagnosis, or PGD. The procedure requires in vitro fertilization. Embryos are screened for their gender before being implanted into the womb. But PGD was not originally created to help couples like the McGills. It was developed to help people like the Rinaldis, who are prone to genetic disorders.
If it wasn't for this procedure, I would really believe that we wouldn't have a baby.
PGD tests embryos for disease by looking for defective chromosomes. This helps couples prone to miscarriage or who carry genetic diseases to have healthy babies. But PGD can also screen embryos for gender. The McGills had their twin boys with the aid of Dr. Jeffrey Steinberg's Fertility Institutes.
We're coming up on 2,000 couples now that we've done PGD on. 85 to 90% of those couples have done it simply for gender selection. And we're coming up on close to 940 babies.
There are other methods of trying to choose your child's gender, like Microsort's experimental sperm sorting program. But nothing has the nearly 100% success rate of PGD.
The technologies that we use push ethical envelopes just like
this new use of PGD does not please one of the pioneers of the procedure.
I went into science and into medicine to diagnose and treat and hopefully cure disease. And the last time I checked, your gender wasn't a disease.
Gender selection has been largely banned in a growing number of countries. But the practice is unregulated in the U.S. American attitudes are mixed.
About 40% of Americans approve of using genetic testing of embryos to pick the sex of their future child when it's not related to medical conditions.
Well, I'm not ashamed of it. I think it's a good thing, a good opportunity for a family in the same situation as us.
Kristen's friend Bobby has 3 boys and is considering trying PGD to have a baby girl.
I'm just so excited. I think it completes their family, and right now I just feel still a void, but maybe over time it will either pass or we'll decide that we need to do something.
Now, there are no exact numbers on how many couples are actually doing this, but the experts we spoke to believe the number is probably very low, Kate, and that's because it is very expensive. It costs about $18,000 to do this.
Per shot, time.
Each time you want to do it. And also, other physicians we spoke to don't necessarily want to do the process at all. So
some doctors just won't even, will just stay away from it.
They just, yeah.
And you, just to be clear, you don't want to know.
I don't want to know.
Because everybody keeps asking me, is it a boy or a girl?
I know. The first thing we get is, what is it? We don't know. You know, you just don't want to tell us. I really have no idea. And I don't want to know.
Surprises are good.
I think so.
Okay, thanks, Marty.